ECW Hardcore Reunion, a one-time reunion of the lewdest, the rudest, the crudest, the most insane, the most severe, the most extreme form of sports entertainment legal in the United States today. The original stars of Extreme Championship Wrestling are back for ECW's Hardcore Reunion.
Welcome everybody to the most extreme universe in WWE Games history, and welcome to ECW Hardcore Reunion. The long-awaited pay-per-view is finally here. We have got 90 plus minutes of the most hardcore action you're going to be seeing on any universe mode. We have got 8 matches for you tonight, all of which hardcore in their own particular way, but we're going to be kicking off Rey Mysterio, Sabu. Rey Mysterio coming out first, wearing the more traditional black that we used to see him wearing ECW. His opponent Sabu will be out very shortly, but these two men have put on 2 phenomenal matches on the last 2 editions of ECW. Sabu defeating Rey the first time, and on the last episode of ECW, Rey getting the win over Sabu. But both matches, as I said, have been amazing, full of hardcore spots, mostly involving chairs. So tonight we're taking it one step further. Not only are we going to be having chairs, but this is going to be Extreme Rules, so expect tables and maybe other weapons involved as well. This is sure to be a great way to kick off this super hardcore pay-per-view. Sabu, a former ECW champion, as well as former ECW Tag Team Champion with RVD, as well as Taz. Speaking of RVD, he is going to be involved in the main event of tonight's show. It is going to be Bam Bigelow versus Rob Van Dam, the ECW Heavyweight Championship on the line in a tables, ladders and chairs match. That and much more still to come. But we're getting into the action. Sabu versus Rey Mysterio, Extreme Rules. This is going to be special. Early on, Rey setting Sabu. Oh no, reversal by Rey Mysterio into that Hurricanrana. Off the ropes. Oh, Sabu swatting Rey away like a fly, and now an Irish whip. Rey off the ropes. Oh, Sabu planting Rey down to the early cover. No way are you going to put Mysterio down this early in the match. Big knee to the face of Mysterio. Irish whip. Leapfrog. Oh, what a reversal by Sabu, planting Rey Mysterio down headfirst on that mat, followed up by a nice springboard maneuver. Again, we're about to see another one, but Mysterio, arguably the quickest guy on this entire universe mode. Quick like cat, rolling out the way with ease. And now off the ropes, signature Mysterio with that bulldog, sending Sabu down, but Sabu, extreme as they come, back to his feet, a leapfrog of his own. Oh, and Rey walking into a high missile dropkick. Right to the face of Mysterio. The San Diego native could be in trouble early on. Sabu on the outside, but Rey Mysterio again showing his quickness, showing his speed. Oh, what a move. Hurricanrana to the outside of the ring. What a great way to kick off tonight's show. The perfect start so far. Rey Mysterio, Sabu. High speed, extreme action. Mysterio now on the top rope, but Sabu again countering it. Big kick. Oh, and a springboard Hurricanrana. And a moonsault to follow up. But Sabu not going for the cover there. Kind of surprising. Instead, planting Rey down one more time. And now Sabu, top rope. Going to be looking for a leg drop maybe. Not to be. Mysterio again out of the way. And another Hurricanrana. A move frequently done by Rey Mysterio. Perfectly done, I might add. Once again, Sabu. Oh, signature Sabu. Dropping them legs over Rey Mysterio whilst he was hung up in the ropes. And now we are finally getting some weapons into play. Oh, but before Sabu could join the chair in the ring, Rey got that senton over the top rope. Once again, Sabu finding himself back in control, and that big knee, the point of that knee to the forehead of Mysterio. And despite Mysterio wearing the mask, I think we can see a little bit of blood. So the advantage thus far in this match definitely going to the homicidal, genocidal, suicidal Sabu. And that advantage is only going to grow because Sabu is bringing the table now into the ring. But Mysterio cutting him off. Another Hurricanrana. I said that before, but a move perfectly done by Mysterio. And now the former Cruiserweight and World Champion going to work on Sabu. He's showing some phenomenal strength there, lifting a man much heavier than himself. And Rey putting that chair down. Rey keen to show the ECW fans he can still be extreme as he plants Sabu down with that spike DDT on the chair into the cover. But Sabu again kicking out. It's going to take a lot to keep Sabu down. We have seen over the years this man can take so much punishment, but as much as he can take, he can give it out just as good. As you just saw, another maneuver sending Rey onto that chair once more. Back and forth, Rey now in control. Standing moonsault into the cover. 1, 2. Again, another long 2 count. Rey going back to the legs of Sabu. Sabu style, very much reliant upon those legs, off the ropes and so on. So Rey is going to do all he can to try and take that offensive style from Sabu, because for Sabu that style is crucial. But it's not exactly working for Rey, because again another Irish whip, plenty of Irish whips in this one. A fast and furious speed kicking off this Hardcore Reunion pay-per-view. Like I said at the start of the show, we have got 8 matches for you guys tonight. Plenty of varied hardcore action. We have got Extreme Rules, we have got tables, we have got a cage match, we have got ladders, you name it, we have got it. But Sabu has not got that. Sabu going for that leg drop again, but Rey out of the way. Oh, but Sabu does the same. Sabu avoiding that crossbody vault by Mysterio after Mysterio placed that chair down on Sabu. What is this? We have seen this before. Oh, Bulldog. A variation of the Bulldog sending Rey onto that steel chair. I thought it could have been over, but Mysterio showing the fight that we have seen over the years, managing to get out of that one once again. These two continue to go at it. Oh, and Rey Mysterio spiking Sabu. The back of Sabu's head bouncing off that chair. But again, Sabu will just not stay down. I said previously, Rey's arguably the quickest member of this universe mode, but it's got to be said, Sabu is arguably the most extreme. Another move by Sabu. Simple but very effective, snapping that neck forward, having the whiplash effect on Rey Mysterio's neck. We know in the past Rey has had various neck issues, which Sabu will have no problem exploiting. Oh, I'm a Shining Wizard, a move made famous by the Great Muta. Speaking of Great Muta, he is going to be involved later on this evening. He is going to be involved in that huge 6-man war as the debuting Team Japan takes on the New Breed. But more on that later on as the night progresses, because the end could be near for one of these guys, because the table has been set up. Mysterio very groggy. And Sabu loading Rey up on that table now. Taunting in vintage Sabu fashion. Rey in deep trouble. Sabu. Oh. Rey showing his speed once again. What is this? Sabu in trouble. This is not good for Sabu. Through the table. Sabu driven. Back first. Through that table. This one is surely going to be over. Rey into the cover. 1, 2. Oh, not a 3. I was so sure it was going to be a 3 count. Not to be. We do not see frustration very much from Rey Mysterio, but you can tell at the moment Rey is feeling very frustrated. Rey pretty much throwing everything he can at Sabu, but Sabu fights back time and time again, as you just saw another Enziguri kick. Rey now to the top rope. Misses the frog splash. Sabu throwing his whole body weight onto Rey. Nothing pretty by Sabu. Simple but very effective. Oh, and typical ECW style action there. Sabu with that spinning wheel kick, kicking that chair back into the face of Rey Mysterio. Keep your eyes on that chair. Rey. Oh, Rey. Face first onto that chair. Sabu with the Arabian facebuster, sending Rey to the still. And this one is over. Sabu kicking off this Hardcore Union pay-per-view in style. Sabu winning the first match of the evening. Great efforts by both men once again. This third match in the series was definitely not let down. Every single time these two competitors meet in the ring, it's always an awesome match. But we are going backstage with the ECW World Heavyweight Champion. As usual, Bam Bigelow, the ECW champion, not in a particularly good mood. I would not like to beat RVD tonight, because in the main event, RVD, Bam Bigelow, tables, ladders and chairs match. But moving on with the pay-per-view, a huge 6-man war is upon us. It is going to be Team Japan, a debuting Team Japan I might add, versus the New Breed. The New Breed first to make their entrance. You can see Cassius Ohno on the left. On the right we've got Antonio Cesaro, and in the middle, making his ECW re-debut, the high-flying Jack Evans. This match should be special. You have got one of the most dominant factions in Universe Mode history in the New Breed, and they're going to be facing another dominant faction on last year's Universe Mode, known simply as Team Japan. So two powerful factions are going to be going at it. We're about to see who is the most dominant faction here on ECW. Team Japan now, the great Muta, the leader of the group. We have seen Muta on a couple of occasions thus far on this season of ECW. On the right, Kenta making his re-debut and making his full debut here on Extreme Championship Wrestling. We have got Takeshi Morishima, a former Ring of Honor champion, as well as a world champion from numerous Japan Wrestling federations. And as you can see, Morishima currently actually wearing a championship from Japan. That championship is not actually going to be defended here in ECW, but Morishima keeping hold of that championship with much pride, showing the ECW universe that this 300-pounder definitely means business. So the debut of Team Japan as a unit here tonight on ECW. This one is definitely going to be very, very interesting. It is going to be Jack Evans and the Great Muta kicking off this match. Jack Evans with the early advantage with the Hurricanrana. Both these guys very technically sound. Also skilled in high-flying manoeuvres. Great Muta though, the Japanese legend, the veteran, at 50-something years of age, showing the young buck Jack Evans that he can still get the job done. Back and forth, this one goes. Oh, Muta with that armbar. The armbar locked into Jack Evans. Surely though, not this early. As expected, Jack Evans finding a way out of the manoeuvre, and now the great Muta showing his experience. But Jack Evans on the top rope. Oh, doing that move again. The double knees to the face of Muta. Very effective early on in this match. The tag now, Antonio Cesaro, the biggest member of the new breed, into the match with that big elbow to the back of the great Muta. The new breed, since re-debuting on ECW, have shown the entire ECW universe they definitely mean business. That group is consisted of Dean Ambrose, who we presume is the leader of the group, but you've also got the Kings of Wrestling, as you're seeing in this match, being Antonio Cesaro and Cassius Ohno, Jack Evans, Kevin Steen, as well as El Generico, the former TV champion. And speaking of the TV title, tonight, finally it is going to be Jerry Lynn versus Kevin Steen one more time. That match originally scheduled to happen on the last episode of ECW, but as I explained on that show, Jerry Lynn suffering a minor injury that kept him out of action for that 1 week. But Jerry Lynn back in action tonight and going to be defending his ECW Television Championship. Kenta now tagged in for the match for this first time, making his official return to ECW. Long-time viewers of this universe mode might remember Kenta from last year's series. Kenta had a nice mini feud with CM Punk, GTS versus GTS, so maybe in the future we can see Kenta versus CM Punk one more time. Always a very interesting match, as well as a very technically sound and very entertaining match to watch. So you never know, if you want to see that, then here on ECW we will make it happen. But in the action, Antonio Cesaro, the biggest man of the new breed, with the Irish whip onto the smallest man of New Japan currently, with that big spine buster, sending Kenta down to the mat once again. So as far as Team Japan goes, you have got Morishima, you've got Great Muta, you've got Kenta, and also part of Team Japan, but obviously not in this match, you've got Jushin Liger, who is still waiting to make his ECW debut. But Jushin Liger, a very famous and legendary light heavyweight, so Liger, when he does eventually debut, is going to show the ECW fans that he can still get the job done, and he's very exciting to watch in the ring, as is Kenta, currently in control of Cassius Ohno, formerly known as Chris Hero, and a double team maneuver maybe not. Kenta putting Ohno on the top rope, but Ohno kicking him away. Going for the clothesline. Oh, but what a reversal. Kenta with that amazing scoop slam reversal in midair. Great move by Kenta, a former world champion in his own right. Cassius Ohno in a bad place. The great Muta tagged in for the second time in this match. Oh, and Kenta throwing all his weight behind the great Muta. Muta with that big clothesline to Ohno. Team Japan making a very successful debut in ECW thus far, but Cassius Ohno is fighting back. The former independent star now making it big on the land of Extreme. We've said it many times before, but the great Muta really is a wrestling legend. That term is thrown around these days way too much, but the great Muta is definitely a legend, showing he can still get the job done even amongst the young guys here in the land of Extreme. But Cassius Ohno does not want any of the great Muta. Ohno avoiding Muta as much as he can, and now it looks like he's about to get a tag. Another new breed member into the match. Jack Evans tagged in for the second time. Those big knees once again to Muta's face. And again for the fourth time in this match. The double knees, very effective by Jack Evans. Going for that standard moonsault. Hanging the great Muta's face up on the ropes. Evans top rope. Evans, a very exciting member of this roster. An amazing high flyer, and as I'm sure as the weeks go on, Jack Evans is going to be showing us exactly what he can do in the ring. But as I'm saying that, great Muta with a terrific back elbow spin, elbow smash to Jack Evans. And Evans potentially in trouble as Morishima is tagged in for the first time in this match, making his full ECW debut as he slams Jack Evans down to the mat. This near 300-pound man from Japan is making a huge impact on the new breed off the ropes. Oh, big body splash, dropping that near 300-pound body onto the small frame of Jack Evans. But Evans fighting back in this one, Irish whip. And a big boot to the face of Morishima. But the bigger man prevailing once again with a huge right hand. A huge right hand sending Evans back down to the mat. But Evans, the quickest guy in this match, ducks it and sends Morishima the wrong way. And now tagging in Antonio Cesaro. Now this is more like it. Cesaro, Morishima, these two huge men going on it now. Oh, Morishima sent into a huge clothesline. Cesaro showing some amazing strength with a huge spinebuster on a 300-pounder. About to go for something else, but another huge slam by Morishima. Followed up by a big clothesline. What is this giant going to be going for this time? Oh, reversal by Cesaro. Not even a one count that time. Oh, what strength. What strength shown by the new breed Cesaro. A release belly to belly overhead suplex. Tagging in Jack Evans once again. Evans going top rope, going to be going for it. Oh, but he misses it. Evans going for his finisher. Morishima out of the way. A quick tag to Kenta. Kenta now the legal man in this match. GTS. A GTS to the chin of Jack Evans. And this one is over. Kenta picking up a huge win for Team Japan. Kenta, Great Muta, Takeshi Morishima making a huge impact on the new breed. Team Japan with their first victory as a unit here in the land of Extreme. Backstage we have got Just Incredible, Axel Rotten and Balls Mahoney, 3 ECW originals yet to make their re-debut on this universe mode, but I'm sure as the weeks go on each of these 3 guys will be re-debuted on ECW and showing everyone that they can still go in the ring. But next up, it is going to be Raven versus Tommy Dreamer. Now this match and feud is going to need little to no introduction to any long-time ECW fans. This feud has been going on for the last 15 years, back to the original days of the original ECW. Both these guys absolutely hate each other. So in this Falls Count Anywhere contest, you can expect plenty of blood, plenty of weapons, and plenty of hardcore action. But this one is not going to be pretty. It is going to be hard hitting, probably slow paced, but as brutal as they come. Raven, the former leader of the flock, the former multiple time ECW and also total non-stop action world champion, slowly but surely now making his way into the ring with his signature entrance. Raven now sat in the corner observing the ECW crowd, the crowd that Raven has said many times he hates so much. But one person that doesn't hate the fans is Tommy Dreamer. Tommy Dreamer, seconds away from making his entrance into this one. And here he comes, the heart and soul of ECW, Tommy Dreamer, making his way to the ring. arguably the most popular superstar in ECW history. Tommy Dreamer, a former ECW World Champion in his own right, about to lock up with his longtime rival and arch nemesis Raven. I said before, but this truly is one of the biggest and best and long-time feuds in all of pro wrestling, and I'm not even talking just ECW but wrestling in general. Raven, Tommy Dreamer about to begin, and just as every single one of their matches has been, this one is going to be brutal, so expect plenty of hardcore action. This one is not for the kids, so put the kids to bed and get ready. Raven, Tommy Dreamer, Falls Count Anywhere, and we are underway. Tommy Dreamer going for the clothesline, but Raven ducking it, sending Dreamer across the ring into that top left turnbuckle. Raven with that hard hitting style, sending Dreamer into the ring post. Raven already on top of this one, but Tommy Dreamer, the heart and soul of ECW, fighting back with that big knee. Bringing Raven to his feet, and a chop. And another chop. Can he go for the third one? Decides to go for a kick instead, but now Raven fighting back. A huge clothesline, a second clothesline. Raven, another veteran, showing some great speed there, but Dreamer again fighting back. A big chop of his own. ECW, Tommy Dreamer absolutely loving this company, and he will do everything in his power to make sure ECW is a success, just as he's done every step of his career thus far. And now a nice snap maneuver, sending Raven onto the outside. You can already see surrounding the ring, we've got chairs, we've got a trash can, maybe a table in there as well somewhere. Weapons definitely encouraged in this one. As you can see, the ECW referee with his custom referee attire looking on. There's not much the referee can actually do in this one. There is no rules whatsoever, other than the only way to win this one is by either pin or submission. So that is exactly what the referee is here to do, to either count the pin or signal the submission. And Raven, Tommy Dreamer, has not disappointed so far. Even though we're still in the opening minutes of this one, you can see now a trash can and a steel chair in the ring, but Dreamer, Irish whip, oh, a big back body drop, sending the former leader of the flock down to the mat. And now Dreamer trying to get some blood from the head of Raven, but not to be yet. Another Irish whip. Dreamer now with that trash can. Oh, a big shot, scraping that can down the face of Raven. A second one and a third one. And now Dreamer got something else in mind, strategically placing that chair on the mat. Watch that chair. Dreamer, oh, bulldog. A bulldog off the ropes, sending Raven onto that chair. And Raven has been busted wide open early in this one. Raven already pouring with blood. The new look by Raven, featuring that blonde hair, is definitely not going to help the blood. But Raven, despite being a bloody mess in this one, fighting back with that big neck breaker. Raven, unlike him, on the top rope, waiting for Dreamer to get to his feet and dropping that fist on the head of Tommy Dreamer. Oh, a big chair shot. Dreamer in a bad way early on in this match. Raven now taunting to the crowd, making his way to the outside, but Tommy Dreamer from nowhere quickly back to his feet, dropping Raven onto his face on the ring apron. And now when you come to an ECW event, you can always expect to be as interactive as possible. The fans getting up close and personal with Raven. Tommy Dreamer with that belt, but Raven fighting off of him. Oh, and hitting Dreamer across the face with that belt. Tommy Dreamer busted wide open, so both guys in this match now pouring with blood as Raven is dragging the lifeless body of Dreamer, possibly knocked out from that belt shot, hanging him over the ropes. What has Raven got in mind for Dreamer? Oh, a big chair shot. The top of that chair, the hardest part of that chair, onto the forehead of Dreamer. Dreamer in deep trouble, but finding a way to kick out of that one, but sent down to the mat seconds after that big knee. But Dreamer, big kick to Raven. Raven now on the ropes. What is Dreamer thinking? Going for that trash can. Oh, a big trash can shot over the top rope onto the outside of the ring here at ringside. Tommy Dreamer coming towards the announcer's table. Getting blood all over the table. Raven's head, should I say, the bloody mess of Raven's head smashed all over our table. But Raven once again kicking Dreamer away. What's this? Oh, the reverse suplex, bouncing Tommy Dreamer's skull off that steel chair again. This match has been brutal thus far, and I'm sure it's only going to get worse for Tommy Dreamer. But maybe not. Dreamer ducking that one. Kick to Raven. Oh, and Tommy Dreamer driving Raven through the steel barricade into the crowd. The ECW fans chanting EC Dub. This one getting more hardcore every second this match continues. Dreamer now into the cover. 1, 2. Raven somehow, some way getting back to his feet, sending Dreamer into the steel steps. And a big headbutt. Skull on skull. Both these men are losing a ton of blood. Plenty of blood in the ring as well as around the ringside area. And that's only going to get worse as this match goes on, as Raven sends Dreamer again into the steel. But we are now finally going to get back into the ring. Raven slowly but surely making his way in, but cut off by Dreamer into that headlock. Raven spins it around though. Irish whip. Dreamer out on the apron. Oh, shoulder block. Oh, into the roll up. Again though, Raven refusing to stay down. Another Irish whip. Oh, vintage Tommy Dreamer with that sit down spine buster. But Dreamer not deciding to go for the pin there, deciding to torn it out. Dreamer, you've got to assume, going to be looking for his famous Death Valley driver to finish this one off. But in saying that, Raven though back in control, that big body drop. And now the trash can coming back into play. 2 shots, not going for the third one, instead picking the bloody Dreamer back to his feet. Putting Dreamer now in that turnbuckle position. And now putting him on the top rope. This is not going to be good for Dreamer. That trash can is just behind them. Oh, an underhook suplex of the top rope. Scraping Dreamer's body across that trash can. This one could be over. But again, Dreamer, the heart and soul of ECW, just refuses to stay down. This man has got more fight in him than most of us will ever have. And now Raven again though, wake up taunt time. What is he going to be going for? Decided against going for the DDT. Instead placing Dreamer on the top rope for the second time in minutes. But this time Raven's got other ideas. This time it's not going to be good for Dreamer. Dreamer, oh, set onto the outside via the superplex onto the outside of the ring. Tommy Dreamer could be broken in half. Another wake up. Taunt could be going for a DDT maybe. Raven effect DDT. No, Dreamer reverses it. Dreamer with a fantastic reversal. Reversing that DDT as this bloody match continues. Both men continue to absolutely drip with blood. Both men with huge cuts to their foreheads, pumping blood second by second. And that's not going to get any better with Tommy Dreamer absolutely pummeling the head of Raven. But Raven's still fighting back. And out of desperation, hits a spinning suplex onto Dreamer. As this match starts to slow down a little bit. Both men on the mat. Raven with some sort of chokehold onto Dreamer. This match has definitely not been pretty, but it has definitely not disappointed. This has been an all-out brawl. Falls Count Anywhere, Tommy Dreamer, Raven. These two guys putting it all on the line, sacrificing their bodies, their heart, their soul for the ECW fans. And this Falls Count Anywhere match is going to continue now as both these extreme athletes make their way towards the entranceway. Slowly but surely, punch after punch, these two guys will just not give in. You can already see on the right side of the TV screen, we have got a table, we have got a ladder. You have got to think those two objects are going to come into play sooner rather than later. Oh, Raven, pile driven on the stage by Tommy Dreamer. Dreamer again saluting the ECW faithful, but Raven sweeping his legs. And now planting Dreamer's face down on the steel rampway. The ECW Hardcore Reunion custom built stage is behind us now. Raven going for that chair shot, not to beat. Dreamer fighting back with a chair shot of his own. A huge chair shot, that chair now covered with blood, as is both competitors in this matchup. Wake up talk by Dreamer. What is he going to be going for? Another pile driver on the steel chair. A second pile driver, this time onto the steel. But again, Raven refusing to stay down. That is what happens when you have got a long time rivalry such as this. You go to extra lengths to make sure you can beat your opponent, and so far neither of these men are giving in. Raven, despite being pile driven moments ago, back to his feet, and now Dreamer being sent for a DDT onto that steel chair and onto that steel rampway. Raven telling the referee there is nothing he can do about it, and Raven now telling the fans exactly what he thinks of them. But behind him, Dreamer quickly to his feet. But again, Raven showing some speed, the veteran of that big neck breaker on the rampway again. But Raven now dragging the lifeless Dreamer towards that table. This is not going to be good for Dreamer. Oh, what a move by Dreamer, getting out of that one. A big kick to the forehead of Raven. This match continues. Raven being beaten the crap out of by Tommy Dreamer. Tommy Dreamer showing the fight of a lion in that big running power slam. Raven has got to be in agony. Again, Dreamer torn into the faithful. And when you thought this match could not get any more extreme, Tommy Dreamer proves us wrong. Dreamer setting that table alight. But as soon as he did that, Raven back in control, and this is not going to be good for Dreamer. These two men still slugging it out, punch after punch, kick after kick. And it looks like both these men agree the end has got to come, and the only way this match is going to end is if one of these men gets absolutely destroyed. Both men perched on top of that ladder, both men in a bad predicament. Raven has got that flaming table behind him, but could easily suplex Dreamer over onto that table if he wanted to. But Dreamer, oh, punch to Raven. Raven going back first through that flaming table. Definitely a Joey Styles, oh my god moment there. And now Dreamer, fuck it, why not? Big elbow drop to the heart of Raven. Surely this is over. ECW referee into the pin. And the ECW referee getting a free count for Tommy Dreamer. Tommy Dreamer, a bloody and destroyed Tommy Dreamer, I might add, has defeated his arch rival Raven in one of the best and most hardcore Falls Count Anywhere matches you are going to see anywhere. Tommy Dreamer, Raven, great efforts by both these hardcore competitors. A great match to follow up, an already super start to this hardcore pay-per-view. ECW Hardcore Reunion continuing this event in style. We are going backstage now. We saw Paul Heyman with that amazing speech at the start of this Hardcore Reunion pay-per-view. And whatever Rhino has said to Paul Heyman not happy, sending the man beast out of his face. Rhino clearly not happy though, being left off this pay-per-view tonight. Rhino, despite being a former world champion, couldn't quite manage to find his way into a spot on this pay-per-view. But still, despite that, I'm sure Rhino's got a huge future on this new version of ECW. So Rhino just got to be patient, and I'm sure Rhino's time will come. But we are continuing the event with our first championship match of the evening. Terry Funk, Cactus Jack, the current reigning and defending ECW Tag Team Champions, are going to be defending against arguably the most successful tag team in pro wrestling history, the Dudley Boyz. Bubba Ray and Devon, former ECW, TNA, WCW, WWE, All Japan and many other federations tag team champions. These two have held more championship gold in terms of tag team than any other team in wrestling history. So the Dudley Boyz are going to be looking to add another ECW tag team title reign to that already much impressive resume. Bubba Ray on the right, Devon on the left, the Dudley Boyz come into play. The Dudley Boyz mean business. Dudley Boyz, Terry Funk, Mick Foley. This is gonna be a brawl. It's probably worth mentioning this match is going to be a no disqualification tornado tag team match. And if you're not aware of what a tornado tag team match is, it's basically a tag team match that involves no tags, so all four men legal in the ring at the same time. And as this is ECW, there is going to be no disqualification, just like there is in every single match here on the Land of Extreme. This one already underway. Bubba Ray, Devon, Terry Funk, Cactus Jack, four wrestlers very experienced in the Brawling style, so much like Tommy Dreamer versus Raven moments ago, this match is not going to be pretty. Early on though, Cactus Jack in control of Devon Dudley as Bubba Ray is in control of Terry Funk. Terry Funk, the current oldest member on this entire universe mode. Terry Funk in his 60s but still going strong as one half of the ECW Tag Team Champions, the most extreme tag team in universe mode history. That's exactly what these championship belts represents. If you held these championships, that basically means you are the most extreme team on this universe mode. As Mick Foley goes to the top rope and spears Bubba Ray down. Bubba Ray being arguably the biggest man in this match, though Cactus Jack is no small man himself. Cactus Jack now starting to light the fire under his ass as Cactus Jack does some signature maneuvers. Followed up by a vintage big knee to the face of Bubba Ray Dudley. Irish whip. Oh, Manhattan drop. Basically a low blow onto Bubba Ray. Bubba Ray thrown now onto the apron as Devon continues his assault on Terry Funk. But now Cactus Jack intervening, taking control of Devon Dudley. Big slow neck breaker, wrapping Devon's neck down onto that mat as Bubba Ray goes to work on Cactus Jack on the other side of the ring. Bubba Ray, Terry Funk now. Bubba Ray beating the crap out of Terry Funk. Terry Funk, as I said before, the oldest man in this match, taking on the biggest man in this match, as you can see on the top of your TV screen. Terry Funk, in a bad way, being thrown back and forth onto the guardrails. I think you can tell Terry Funk holding, I think it's his right arm he's holding, so Terry Funk potentially in deep trouble in this match so far, possibly suffering some kind of injury to the right wrist early on, most likely at the hands of Bubba Ray Dudley as Bubba continues his assault on Terry Funk. Some more headbutts. Thrown into the guardrail again. Bubba Ray. Oh, what a move! Bubba Ray Dudley putting all his body weight behind that, busting Terry Funk through that guardrail. These ECW fans are definitely in the action tonight. We saw something similar in a previous match, and just as the staff managed to fix the guardrail, Bubba Ray busting Terry Funk straight back through it. But Mick Foley so far carrying the weight for his team, single-handedly destroying the Dudley Boyz thus far, as Terry Funk is still trying to regain his composure. But just as he's doing that, Bubba Ray Dudley wrapping that steel chair around the head of Funk down again. I'm confident in saying Terry Funk has suffered some kind of hand injury, which is definitely not going to be good for the reigning tag team champions. You could almost say this is nothing more than a glorified handicap match at this point, as Terry Funk struggles but does continue, but only with the use of one hand. But dropping all his body weight onto Bubba Ray Dudley. But Bubba with the cutter out of nowhere. The Bubba cutter onto Terry Funk. But luckily for Terry Funk, he was quite near the ropes, so Terry Funk out of the ring momentarily. Cactus Jack with that big body splash on both Bubba Ray and Devon. Now Cactus Jack, the hardcore legend, with that steel chair, wrapping it around Devon. Irish whip. A Manhattan drop this time for Devon, followed up by a big elbow smash to the forehead. It's now Bubba Ray's turn. Bubba Ray and Cactus Jack in the ring. Cactus Jack. Oh, we have seen that move many times in the past. Cactus Jack showing the fans he can still get the job done despite his advancing years. And Devon Dudley being sent for the ride. The pull-in pile driver onto Devon Dudley. But just like Terry Funk was prior, Devon close to the ropes. Devon quickly rolling out the ring. But back in the ring now, attempting to regain his composure. Devon Dudley. Cactus Jack one side of the screen. Terry Funk, Bubba Ray the other. Oh, more classic Cactus Jack with that big knee to the forehead of Devon, but Bubba Ray into the cover. And Terry Funk now being sent for some shake, rattle and roll. Cactus Jack attempted to come to the aid of Funk, but turning around into a huge pile driver by Devon. Devon into the cover. This one could be over. And it is, thanks to the pile driver by Devon Dudley onto Cactus Jack, who was attempting to save his friend Terry Funk from that beatdown by Bubba Ray. Devon Bubba Ray, the brand new Extreme Championship Wrestling Tag Team Champions. The Dudley Boyz once again, the most extreme tag team in this universe mode. And this Hardcore Union pay-per-view continues with some steam. Going to take a few seconds now to get our breath back at ringside. So far we have seen 4 amazing matches. We have seen Sabu defeat Rey Mysterio. We have seen Tommy Dreamer defeat Raven. We've also seen Team Japan defeat the New Breed. And as we've just seen, the Dudley Boyz have defeated Cactus Jack and Terry Funk. So the new ECW champions, the Dudley Boyz. But from Tag Team title gold to TV title gold, as you saw by the graphic, next up, it is going to be for the ECW Television Championship. The champion, Jerry Lynn, making his way to the ring. I said previously that this match was originally scheduled for the last episode of ECW, but Jerry Lynn suffering a minor back injury, ruling him unfit for that contest. But Jerry Lynn, Kevin Steen is going to be happening tonight, this time in a 15-foot high steel cage. So this should benefit Jerry Lynn, because as we know, Kevin Steen, a crucial member of the New Breed, so you got to presume this steel cage is going to prevent any other members of the New Breed from interfering. So this match is definitely going to be even. Strictly one-on-one, Kevin Steen, Jerry Lynn, with the ECW Television Championship on the line. These two performers have met previously on ECW. That time, Jerry Lynn getting the win on Kevin Steen via the pile driver onto the steel chair, I believe. So Kevin Steen this time is going to be ready for Jerry Lynn and hoping to get that win back. Rhino now from nowhere. The man beats Rhino in the ring. We saw Rhino before, showing his frustration with Paul Heyman. And now it's Jerry Lynn's turn to face the frustration of the man beast. Rhino attacking Jerry Lynn from nowhere. The ECW TV champion lifeless on the mat as the 15-foot high steel cage comes down, and despite Jerry Lynn being seemingly unconscious, this match is beginning. Kevin Steen, Jerry Lynn, ECW Television Championship on the line. Jerry Lynn just suffering a pre-match attack at the hands of Rhino, but for whatever reason this match is still happening. Possibly the power the New Breed has of ECW management. Nevertheless, Kevin Steen in control of a lifeless Jerry Lynn. Jerry Lynn being bounced off the steel numerous times already. Oh, but somehow the TV champion fighting back with that big arm drag onto Kevin Steen, the former Ring of Honor World Heavyweight Champion. But just like that, Kevin Steen back in control, bouncing Lynn off the steel, and now dropping Lynn down into that sit-down powerbomb. Wake up taunt time. Kevin Steen going to be looking for it. Jerry Lynn though, not taking it, laying down, fighting back. Huge Jericho Rana, sending Steen down hard to the mat. Jerry Lynn telling Steen to bring it. Despite the pre-match attack, Jerry Lynn with a gust of energy. As quickly as that though, Kevin Steen with that mighty clothesline, regaining control in this contest. Jerry Lynn almost lifeless once again. Kevin Steen putting Lynn on that top turnbuckle. What is this? Holy crap, a huge super German suplex. And Jerry Lynn's TV title reign could be coming to an end, as the 250 plus pounder with that 450. And this one is over. The New Breed's Kevin Steen has defeated Jerry Lynn for the ECW Television Championship. So the New Breed, despite that earlier loss to Team Japan, equaling their score of the night to 1 apiece. And now Rhino, the man who took Jerry Lynn out at the start of the match, coming back down. Jerry Lynn to his feet. Jerry Lynn, Rhino trading punch after punch. Both men going up the rampway. You've got to assume this attack was all because Rhino was frustrated that he was left off tonight's card. And now Gore! 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 A Gore to Jerry Lynn off the stage. Both men broken in half. And we're going to quickly go backstage. RVD on the microphone. RVD, the exact opposite to Bam Bigelow, who we saw earlier on in the evening. We saw Bam Bigelow very aggressive, very unhappy, whilst RVD very relaxed as normal. As we move on tonight's action, it's going to be the World Wrestling Federation's Eddie Guerrero Latino Heat versus ECW's Lionheart Chris Jericho. This feud has been going on now since November, and it's going to continue here tonight at the reunion. This time it's going to be in a table match. Chris Jericho, the first man out to ringside. Jericho making his way to the ring in some brand new purple ring attire. This feud recently being taken to the next level when Jericho cost Guerrero his European Championship to Kurt Angle on an episode of Monday Night Raw as War. But this feud, as I said, has been going on for many months now and with no end in sight. Only God knows when this feud will end. But one thing is for sure, despite the amount of matches these guys have with each other, every single match is a little bit different. Every single match is a surefire classic, and I'm sure tonight's table match is going to be no different. As Raw's Latino Heat now representing Monday nights coming towards the ring. And speaking of Raw and speaking of the World Wrestling Federation, do not forget guys, coming up in a little over 2 weeks, it is going to be Bragging Rights. That Bragging Rights pay-per-view featuring the WWF on the Raw side, the WWE on the SmackDown side, and not forgetting the most extreme brand in wrestling history and today, ECW. So Bragging Rights is going to feature all three separate brands, and as I've explained many times previously now, the main event of Bragging Rights is going to be a triple threat Champion of Champions matchup. It is going to be ECW Champion, and that is going to be either Bam Bigelow or RBD, as we find out later on tonight, versus the SmackDown Champion, which is currently CM Punk, versus the Raw World Champion, currently held by Stone Cold Steve Austin. So that match is going to be huge, and not only is the winner of that match going to become the first ever Champion of Champions, but the two losers of that match are going to be stripped of their respective world titles. But more on Bragging Rights as we get closer to it. Like I said, we're only 2 short weeks away, so that time is going to fly by, and Bragging Rights is going to be here in no time. But we are at ECW Hardcore Reunion. We have got a table match underway. Latino Heat Eddie Guerrero, Lionheart Chris Jericho. This match is sure to be special, as every single match between this pairing is. Early on now, Y2J bouncing Latino Heat's face off that table, putting Eddie back into the ring. Jericho though bringing the table close behind him, but Guerrero quick like cat over top rope with that spinning senton. Both guys now finding themselves on the outside of the ring, but Latino Heat onto the apron. What is he going to be going for? Oh, a nice springboard crossbody, taking Lionheart down again, but Jericho with a classic Jericho chop and another one and a drop kick, sending Latino Heat down again. These hardcore matches, the momentum can change any second because there's so much around them, there is so much on the line. The weapons involved are absolute tide changers, so 1 second Guerrero could be in control, but it only takes a single thing and that control goes to Chris Jericho, and vice versa, as we see a steel chair now being thrown into the ring. Despite this being a table match, there is no disqualifications whatsoever, so that chair is just as legal as the table. And if you've been living under a rock for the past 20 years and don't quite understand how a table match works, it is simple. You win this match by driving your opponent through the table. Even contest so far, but Jericho currently in control, putting Guerrero now on the top rope, but Latino Heat kicking Jericho away. Nice Hurricanrana. That Hurricanrana off the top rope onto Lionheart. Jericho could be in trouble. Guerrero. Oh, German suplex, bouncing Jericho's head off that steel chair. A steel chair has been a crucial part of this pay-per-view. We have seen steel chairs in pretty much every single match so far. This is ECW, this is Extreme, and this is the most extreme pay-per-view in WWE Games history. So hopefully you the viewers are enjoying it, and if you are enjoying it, then please do show it some support. As Latino Heat is getting the crap choked out of him in the corner, but Y2J picking Eddie back to his feet again, but putting him back into that corner. Another series of chops by Jericho, and Eddie's night is not going to get any better. Eddie in the Tree of Woe. Jericho to the outside, and now using Eddie's hair, illegally I might add, to choke Guerrero. Then again, I say illegally, but this match has no disqualifications, so I guess everything is legal, including that move as Latino Heat with that springboard hurricanrana from nowhere, sending Jericho down again. Wake up taunt by Guerrero. Oh, backdrop onto that steel chair again. Do not forget Jericho costing Eddie that European Championship several weeks ago that Guerrero is not forgot about, but Guerrero going for that frog splash, misses it into the breakdown. Jericho with that breakdown onto that steel chair. The end could be near for Guerrero. Jericho with a wake up taunt now. In that breakdown, looks like it's busted. Eddie Guerrero wide open. Jericho going for his backbreaker, not to be the Latino Heat. Reverse neck backbreaker into that Samoan drop, and now Eddie with that chair in hand. One shot and a second shot, taking Jericho down again, and a third successive shot, this time to the back of Y2J. Off the ropes. Oh, springboard DDT. What a maneuver by the World Wrestling Federation's Eddie Guerrero. With more vintage Guerrero now, with that springboard senton. Guerrero, despite currently representing the World Wrestling Federation, has many fans here tonight in ECW. If you're a long time viewer of this universe mode, then you will know Guerrero is a former ECW Television Champion on last year's ECW universe mode. So you never know, in the future, maybe Eddie Guerrero will make his return to ECW on a full-time basis, but as far as tonight goes, Eddie is a guest here on ECW. Eddie's still representing Raw in this whole Bryan Warfare angle. Jericho representing ECW as Guerrero goes for that monkey flip, sending Jericho halfway across the ring. The spine of Jericho being worked on now. Again, another big shot to the spine. Eddie Guerrero picking Jericho up. I think it's time. Yes, it is. It is time for the Three Amigos. Eddie hits the first one. Hits the second one. Can he connect with the third Three Amigo? Yes, he can. The third suplex. And Latino Heat in firm control of this contest. But like we've seen tonight, including in that Raven Tommy Dreamer match, these two competitors hate each other so much. This match almost goes above a normal match in regards that these guys aren't solely out for the win. These guys seriously want to hurt each other, which could possibly get in the way of actually defeating their opponent tonight. But still, this match does continue. Jericho momentarily getting a foothold in this match, but Guerrero sent them for the ride. Oh, a tornado backbreaker. Classic Eddie Guerrero now. That table coming into play, being set up in the ring for the first time in this match, I believe. The only question is who is going to be sent through that table, because whoever does send their opponent through that table is going to be winning this table match. And so far, Jericho does not look to be the favourite. Jericho looks to be unconscious on that table. Guerrero top rope. But before Guerrero can connect with any manoeuvre, Jericho quickly to his feet. But Guerrero kicking Jericho away again. Oh, a huge body splash. Not quite putting Jericho through the table, despite Jericho connecting with that table of sorts. Both men in this match are bleeding. We have seen our share of blood tonight on Hardcore Reunion. Eddie wants to gang with that table. But Jericho trying to fight it back. A big knee to the midsection. And now Jericho, oh, slapping the head. That has got to be one of the most cocky manoeuvres Chris Jericho possesses. Chris Jericho as cocky as they come. You wouldn't have thought it was only a few months ago Jericho was one of the most popular wrestlers on this universe mode, until Jericho turning his back on the WWE and turning his back on the fans. Coming over to ECW, which obviously here at ECW we're glad he did, but if you're a WWF fan then you can definitely understand their criticism of Y2J because of that move. Nevertheless, this match does continue. Guerrero with that huge move off the top rope. Oh, and Jericho, in typical Jericho fashion, that low blow to the crown jewels of the Guerrero family. Oh, triangle drop kick, sending Eddie off the apron through that table, and this one is over. Chris Jericho with a finish from nowhere, a quick triangle drop kick which none of us expected. A sudden finish to an amazing match, but what a great ending now looking back at it. Jericho with a huge victory over Eddie Guerrero, but I'm still not quite sure, guys, whether this Latino Heat Y2J feud is over. I guess we will find out. But maybe I shouldn't speak so soon. Jericho already wanting to continue this feud. Jericho with that steel chair. ECW's Rey Mysterio coming to the save his former tag team partner. Once again, if you're a long-time viewer of this universe mode, then you will know together Rey and Eddie on ECW were collectively known as the LWO, aka the Latino World Order. They are former ECW Tag Team Champions, so you never know, maybe we will see the LWO reunite sometime soon. But moving on, another hardcore match. This time it is going to be a Singapore cane match. The New Breed's leader Dean Ambrose versus the Sandman. And now if I take you back to the last episode of ECW, the Sandman was scheduled to take part in that main event to crown a #1 contender to face Bam Bigelow tonight. As we know now, that match was won by RVD, but originally Sandman was in that match before, from nowhere, Dean Ambrose coming out, taking the place of the Sandman because the Sandman was unable to compete because Dean Ambrose beat the crap out of the Sandman backstage. So Dean Ambrose beating the hell out of Sandman, taking his place in that fatal 4-way match. But despite that, Dean Ambrose was unsuccessful in his attempt to become the #1 contender for the championship. And now because of that mess, Dean Ambrose has got to face a very angry Sandman in his signature Singapore cane match. The former ECW World Champion about to make his way to the ring. Sandman making his classic entrance. And here he is, the Sandman, Singapore cane in one hand, a beer in the other. You've got to love the Sandman. Slowly but surely, here he comes, the Sandman making his entrance down the entranceway. Singapore cane in hand, and I would not like to beat Dean Ambrose in this upcoming contest. Once again, if you're unfamiliar with a Singapore cane match, think of a hardcore match only featuring Singapore canes, and that's basically what a Singapore cane match is. We're going to be having 4 Singapore canes surround the ring, so any of those canes are legal and very much encouraged. Dean Ambrose, Sandman, Singapore cane match about to start momentarily as the Sandman salutes the ECW faithful, and we are about to get underway. Here we go. Dean Ambrose early on, a couple of punches, Irish whip by the Sandman. Oh, and a nice drop kick, untraditional for the Sandman, but very effective that time. Into the headlock. Big punch this time, and now sending Ambrose into the corner. Some more big punches. As I've said a couple of times tonight, this match is probably not going to be too pretty. It is going to be an all-out violent brawl. Dean Ambrose, the leader of the New Breed. Oh, that big running knee lift to the face of the Sandman. But Sandman, like many of the ECW originals, can take a hell of a lot of pain, as I'm sure we're going to see tonight. Ambrose hung up on the ropes. Oh, the Sandman blasting Ambrose over the top rope, and this match now goes to the outside. Dean Ambrose with a triple clubbing blow to the back of the Sandman. And now Sandman in a bad predicament in the corner. Dean Ambrose punching the hell out of the Sandman. And we are yet to see a single Singapore cane come into play, as we just saw Sandman sweep the legs of Ambrose. And now a nice big suplex on the outside. Dean Ambrose writhing in pain. And Sandman going straight for that head. You know that Sandman wants to draw some blood. And Sandman will do anything to get that job done. We're finally going to see it. The Singapore cane come into play. Oh, and a big shot across the back of Dean Ambrose. Dean Ambrose writhing in pain. Oh, but from nowhere, a low blow by the leader of the New Breed. Dean Ambrose back in control, just like that. And now a snap neck breaker onto the outside. This match about to get back into the ring, it looks like. Dean Ambrose. Oh, but the Sandman smashing that cane round the face of Ambrose. Ambrose again in a lot of pain on the outside, but quickly back into the ring. But Sandman again showing some speed. But Dean Ambrose on the top rope. Oh, and a big double axe handle on the former world champion. Sandman, definitely no youngster, as many of the ECW originals are now, but these originals showing that thanks to the heart and soul they possess from the original ECW, they can still get the job done here on the 2013 of ECW. But you've got to remember, the Young Bucks, the young crowd, such as the New Breed, have got time and years on their side. And these guys are going to bring a brand new side to ECW, as we've seen already since it returned originally a couple of months ago. But the original Sandman, wake up talking to Ambrose. Another Singapore cane shot. I think that's the third huge shot onto Ambrose. Ambrose wishing he never attacked Sandman on the last episode of ECW. And it's probably worth mentioning that you, the viewers, decided that Sandman was going to take part in this contest. So the Sandman can thank the ECW Universe Mode faithful for voting him into this contest, because you, the viewers, could have decided anyone from the ECW roster, but Sandman got the nod. So Sandman, very much thankful for that, I'm sure. Sandman getting a chance, a retribution, following that attack by Ambrose onto Sandman on the last edition of ECW. A reasonably even match thus far. Back and forth it goes. But Ambrose in control. Another huge knee to the face of Sandman. But Sandman fighting back for all he's got. We said earlier on in the evening, Tommy Dreamer was the heart and soul of ECW. But you've got to think the Sandman is not going to be far behind in that regard. These huge chops turning Dean Ambrose's chest a bright red. And now Guerrero for the Irish whip, but the younger Dean Ambrose reversing it. Oh, and a huge shot to the stomach of the Sandman. The ever-growing stomach of the Sandman, I might add. And now Ambrose putting the Sandman in the corner on the top rope. What is Ambrose thinking? Oh, grabbing that cane. Oh, going for a shot of that cane, but Sandman fighting back. Oh, and a huge clothesline. A huge clothesline taking the youngster down. The Sandman showing the leader of the New Breed exactly how it's done here on ECW. And a move very much famous in ECW, the pile driver. The pile driver sending the head and neck of Dean Ambrose crashing off the ECW mat. And we've seen it in the past where Sandman can hit a mean swanton bomb but it's not going to be so far. Dean Ambrose, this time gets what he wanted to do previously. A double shot of that Singapore cane, and now a big arm drag, sending the ECW veteran down in the middle of the ring. Wake up taunt by Ambrose, going to be looking for one of his many effective maneuvers, but whatever he was looking for didn't connect because the Sandman ducked it. Big Irish whip. Dean Ambrose, a reversal of his own. And another clubbing blow with that Singapore cane. Sandman getting a taste of his own medicine this time. And now a huge spike DDT. That DDT, one of the most vicious DDTs we've ever seen here on ECW, busting the Sandman wide open. And yet another match where both competitors are covered in blood. But this is ECW, so what do you expect? This is hopefully the most extreme pay-per-view in WWE Games history. Sandman showing Ambrose exactly what he thinks of him. But Ambrose with a low blow, just like we saw in the previous match with Y2J and Latino Heat. And another Singapore cane shot. That low blow, definitely a tide changer. Dean Ambrose calling for it. And he hits it. That huge finishing big knee to the face of the Sandman. The Sandman is out cold, and this one is over. The leader of the new breed getting a huge victory over the Sandman tonight. So the new breed showing again they are a force to be reckoned with here on ECW. Backstage again, this time with Rey Mysterio and Eddie Guerrero. Rey Mysterio and Eddie Guerrero possibly back together once again, we will see. And now the ECW champion backstage, and this can only mean one thing. This pay-per-view has flown by. It is main event time already. With 20 minutes or so to go, we've got plenty of time for a super main event. Bam Bigelow defends against the whole effing show, Rob Van Dam, in a tables, ladders and chairs match. This match is definitely going to be extreme. The confident and very angry champion, Bam Bigelow, making his way to the ring. Bam originally winning that championship when he defeated Taz several weeks ago in that flaming table match on an episode of ECW. But not only did Bam defeat Taz and take Taz's championship away, Bam Bigelow, after that match had finished, viciously attacking Taz, and since that, Taz has not been seen on ECW. And Taz and RVD, very close friends, so you've got to assume RVD definitely not very happy about the injuries sustained by Taz at the hands of Bam Bigelow. So not only is RVD looking to become ECW champion again, but RVD looking to get a little bit of retribution for his close friend Taz, who I'm sure is going to be returning to ECW sooner rather than later. But the whole effing show missed the pay-per-view now, making his way to the ring, the challenger in this World Championship contest. RVD winning the right to be here tonight when he won that elimination style fatal 4-way Extreme Rules match on the last episode of ECW. So RVD has earned his right to be here tonight. He earned his way to be in this World Championship match, and this match is going to be as decided by you the viewers, because this is the most viewer interactive universe mode in YouTube history. But because of you the viewers, you have decided this contest is going to be under tables, ladders and chairs rules. So the ECW Championship belt is high above the ring, and in order to win this match and leave tonight as the ECW champion, you've got to simply climb that ladder, pull that championship belt down. So in that respect, you've got to give RVD the advantage, because Bam Bigelow, the 450-pound man, I've never seen personally Bam previously climb that ladder before. So it's definitely going to be interesting to see whether Bam can climb the ladder okay, and more importantly, Can the ladder sustain the weight of this 450-pound behemoth? Early on though, RVD off the ropes. Nice move by Van Dam. Both men to their feet. Irish whip. Leapfrog. Oh, big drop kick to the face of Bam Bigelow. Oh, but a low blow. The big heel in this contest. The behemoth known as Bam Bigelow with that low blow and now a huge backdrop. This 6'7" monster absolutely destroying RVD early on in this match, followed up by an elbow drop. A simple move but very effective when you weigh 400 plus pounds. And now Bam, Triple B as some of you viewers like to call him, absolutely destroying RVD, choking the life out of Rob Van Dam on the middle rope. And now for the first time in this match, a weapon coming into play, and it is going to be a steel chair. Going for the second shot to Van Dam, but Van Dam fighting back. Oh, and a huge shot of his own to the face of Bam Bigelow. Bam possibly drawing blood. Maybe not, but I'm sure blood will come sooner or later. Bam picking Van Dam to his feet. What's he going to be going for now? Oh, a huge headbutt. A 400 plus pound headbutt to the face of Van Dam. And another one. So 2 huge headbutts. Skull on skull. Third time lucky maybe. And he connects. A third consecutive headbutt by Bam onto RVD. But RVD showing the fight. Showing the will to become champion. Fighting back. And now mounting Bam in the corner. Oh, couldn't quite connect with that 6th punch. Bam with that huge power. Throwing Van Dam halfway across the ring. And now another power move coming up. Oh, what a move. Sending Van Dam hard onto the mat. Bam Bigelow definitely large and in charge. The extreme monster here on ECW. He's the biggest guy on this roster, but from nowhere, the Van Daminator. RVD connecting with that Van Daminator. Kicking that chair into the skull of Bam Bigelow. Bam is dazed. RVD with a bitch slap. Oh, and going for the crossbody and connects. Bam writhing in pain. For the first time in this match, Bam staying down for an extended period of time, but I spoke too soon. The behemoth now fighting back. Sending Van Dam to the outside. You can see we have got numerous tables stacked up and ready to enter this contest, as well as a couple of 15-foot high steel ladders. And it's the table that comes into play first. Bam Bigelow sending that table into the ring. But watch Van Dam on the apron. Oh, going for another crossbody. This time Bam was expecting it. Swatting RVD away like he was a fly. And now that move from a second ago. For the second time, this time connecting onto that table. And now Bam moving some more furniture, bringing the ladder in this time. Oh, but RVD was waiting for him. Connects to that springboard signature RVD style kick. And now work on the legs of Bam Bigelow. Probably a wise move by Van Dam. Oh, and a drop kick. You've got to assume Van Dam's exciting moveset has been limited due to the size of his opponent. There's a lot of moves Van Dam is not going to be able to connect on this man just because of his huge size. Van Dam on the ladder. Oh, this is not good for RVD. RVD. Oh, fall into the mat off that ladder. Bam Bigelow sending RVD down hard. And now with that table, but Van Dam stalking him from behind. Sending Bam into that turnbuckle. Oh, and now Bam's turn being sent into that ring post. And now RVD setting up the table. We know RVD, the king of extreme, knows how to use a table better than anyone. Apart from maybe the Dudley boys. But Van Dam putting Bam Bigelow on that table. What is RVD going to be looking for? But oh, just like we saw earlier on, Bam Bigelow with an amazing counter off that table and now into a huge headbutt. That headbutt absolutely destroying RVD. And now Bam Bam. I would not like to be RVD right now. Bigelow putting RVD on that table. We know Bam Bam Bigelow has got an amazing high-flying suicide headbutt. So I'm sure that is what he's going to be trying to connect with here. Oh, but he misses it. RVD out of the way, sending Bam Bam Bigelow through that wooden table. Wake up taunt time. What is RVD going to connect with? Oh, a super kick. A super kick onto Bigelow. And we have got the first bit of blood in this contest. RVD can see the golden opportunity that is in front of him. Setting that ladder up. Bam Bam Bigelow not moving at all. RVD going towards the promised land. Going towards the championship belt. But Bam Bam Bigelow to his feet. The toll of this match being shown by both men. What is this? Bam Bam Bigelow. Oh, a superplex. A superplex off that ladder into the ring. Van Dam in a bad way now on the mat. Bam Bam Bigelow definitely in control. Another 400+ pound elbow drop. Van Dam somehow, some way to his feet. But Van Dam being sent onto that turnbuckle via the snake eyes. And Bam Bam Bigelow certainly large and definitely in charge. Bringing another table now into the ring. Picking Van Dam up. Van Dam finding himself on the top rope once again. But this time kicking Bam Bam away. Oh, another huge kick by RVD. Sending Bigelow into that ladder onto the mat. But RVD decided not to climb the ladder once again because he's fallen the last couple of times. So RVD this time wants to make sure before he climbs again that Bigelow is knocked out for the count. And that's exactly what he's attempting here. Drop toe hold, sending Bigelow face first into that steel ladder. And the already exposed flesh of Bigelow's forehead now being driven into that ladder. Not to mention a huge steel chair shot. RVD doing everything in his power to keep Bigelow down to give RVD enough time to climb that ladder and pull down that title. Another big kick. Van Dam certainly in control. And this can only mean one thing. 5-star frog splash. Crashing that chair down onto the chest of Bigelow. RVD in control, possibly seconds away from becoming the brand new ECW World Champion. RVD doing the right thing, setting that ladder up. Climbing it, but you can tell the toll on RVD's body. Very slow at climbing that ladder, a lot slower than normal. And now because of that slowness, RVD in a bad situation. Hanging from that championship, Bam Bam Bigelow powerbombing. RVD down again. Bigelow now climbing that ladder. RVD nowhere in sight. Bigelow about to retain maybe. He's got it. No, Bigelow possibly with a lack of ladder match experience, not managing to pull that championship down after 2 unsuccessful attempts. And now RVD thankful for that ladder match inexperience of Bigelow, taking advantage of that steel chair, wrapping that chair around the spine of Bigelow. But Bigelow, despite that, is fighting back into it. Oh, double arm backbreaker. RVD on the apron now as Bigelow climbing once again. He made the mistake the first time. I'm sure he's not going to make it the second time. But RVD not giving him the chance of that springboard dropkick off that ladder. Another super kick. RVD getting much more offense in this contest than I ever would have imagined. But still, you've got to say Bigelow overall has had the advantage all match long until now when RVD is in seemingly cruise control. But again, spoke too soon. Bigelow, oh, a 400-pound missile through the air. Sending Van Dam again crashing to the mat. And now an Irish whip into the corner. These huge thrusts are going to be taking every ounce of energy that RVD's got away from him. And now Bigelow picking Van Dam up with a Gorilla Press Slam. But no, RVD reversed it into the DDT. What a counter by RVD, sending a 400-pounder down again. This time Bigelow's turn to be in the corner. Bigelow in a bad spot, and we have seen this before. Ladies and gentlemen, we're about to see coast to coast by RVD. Normally there is a chair involved, but still coast to coast. RVD with that double kick to the face of Bam Bigelow. Bigelow busted wide open previously, and now that cut getting more and more exposed. Oh, but just like that, the ECW champion regaining control. This guy is not champion for no reason. Bigelow, one of the most successful competitors we've ever seen in ECW history, knows exactly what to do at exactly the right time to do it, and Bigelow beating the crap out of RVD with that steel chair. RVD lifeless. Oh, nice move by Bigelow. I've said it before, but that move is a move that is going to take every little bit of energy RVD's got left and destroy his energy tank. Oh, but from nowhere, RVD with another super kick. A HBK-like super kick, sending the big man down again. And if RVD is going to become champion tonight, RVD has got to do something special to keep this monster down long enough to give RVD the chance to pull that championship down. And that's exactly what RVD is looking for now. Bigelow on that announcer's table. RVD going to be looking for a 5-star maybe. But again, Bigelow showing great speed for a man of this size. Quickly cutting RVD off. And these two are in a bad predicament. Trading punches back and forth, back and forth. 15 foot high. RVD going for a few of his signature kicks, but cannot topple the big man. Oh no, oh no. Oh, superplex! A superplex off that ladder, sending RVD crashing down through that table. RVD, his body has got to be completely broken in half. RVD's spine could be in pieces, but you can see the toe on Bam Bigelow. Bigelow limping pretty badly now in the ring, but he's doing what he's got to do to retain his championship. Bigelow slowly but surely climbing that ladder little by little, but RVD is back to his feet. RVD with a drop kick, taking Bigelow off that ladder. What a main event this has been. ECW all the way. Hopefully you guys are enjoying it. Van Dam again on that table. Oh, what a splash. A 400-pound splash. Only God knows how these two men are continuing. These two men are battered and bruised, bloody and broken in two arguably, but still doing all they can do, leaving it all on the line to leave Hardcore Reunion as the ECW champion. Bigelow on the top rope. RVD in a bad situation. Oh, but RVD quickly. What is this? Oh, Hurricanrana! Hurricanrana sending Bigelow through that table. EC dub. EC dub. What a terrific tables, ladders and chairs match we have seen. Numerous tables have been broken in two. We have seen chairs. We have seen ladders. We have seen it all. Bigelow RVD. What a phenomenal main event this has been, to a phenomenal debut ECW exclusive pay-per-view. Bigelow with that chair again, wrapping it for the 100th time it seems around the skull of RVD, and the current reigning and defending ECW Bam Bigelow sending RVD for the ride again with that huge back body drop. And again, another steel chair coming to play. This time though, RVD not taking it, laying down. Oh, but despite the fight back by RVD, Bigelow too strong, too powerful. Another big back body drop. and another chair shot, and another chair shot. Bam Bigelow absolutely destroying RVD in this contest. As we've seen since Bigelow debuted, he has destroyed everyone in his path. Though keeping in mind, this is only Bam Bigelow's third match in ECW upon his re-debut. He destroyed the Blue Meanie, he destroyed Taz, and now it looks like he is going to be destroying RVD. RVD in a very bad way. I'm not quite sure RVD is going to be able to walk in the morning because Bigelow is destroying every bit of RVD's body, bit by bit. Van Dam is being broken. Bam Bigelow just playing with RVD like Van Dam was a piece of food. Surely Bam Bigelow is going to be retaining any second now. Bigelow deciding enough is enough, attempting to take down that championship, but from nowhere Van Dam is up. Oh, holy crap, the 400-pound monster being sent off that ladder through 2 tables. ECW and the world champion in deep trouble. The bigger they are, the harder they fall, especially when it comes to a 400-pounder falling through 2 stacked tables. The adrenaline flowing for RVD on the top of that ladder, and he gets it. RVD gets it with a rush of adrenaline. RVD is the brand new ECW champion again. Bam Bigelow, despite destroying RVD all match long, the whole effing show, finding a way to defeat this behemoth. Bigelow now slouched in the corner, cannot believe he has just lost his ECW Championship, but that is exactly what has happened. Rob Van Dam, the new king of ECW. Rob Van Dam, the brand new ECW World Heavyweight Champion. What a show Hardcore Reunion has been. Hopefully it's lived up to all expectations. Hope you guys enjoyed the show. This has been ECW Hardcore Reunion. Good night, guys.